Recording in progress.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting of the Carpinteria Valley Water District to order. Can we have the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The roll call, please, Lisa.
Director Holcomb?
Here.
Director Roberts?
Here.
Director Balch and O'Connor absent. Director Van Wingerden?
Yes.
Okay, 3 present.
Kelly, item number 3, any changes?
No changes.
Thank you. Then item number 4, public forum. Any person may address the board of directors on any matter within its jurisdiction, which is not on the agenda. Anyone, Lisa?
No.
Okay.
I think we fixed it.
The consent agenda, item number 5, and looks like we can do both at the same time. 5A, the minutes of the regular board meeting held on May 13, 2026. Any questions there? Then we got item number 5B, disbursement report, April 11, 2026, May 10, 2026. Any questions there? If what, can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Director Holcomb?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Aye.
Director Van Wingerden?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2 with Directors Balch and O'Connor absent.
Item number 6, unfinished business, none. Item number 7, new business. 7A, public hearing on the status of the Carpinteria Valley Water District vacancies, recruitment, and retention efforts in compliance with Assembly Bill 2561, Government Code Section 3502.3. Norma, you're going to do a presentation?
Yes, please. Okay, good evening. Yes, tonight's presentation is regarding Assembly Bill 2561, which became effective January 1, 2025. This legislation requires public agencies to conduct an annual public hearing regarding employee vacancies and the district's recruitment and retention efforts. Okay. Assembly Bill 2561 was enacted to address staffing shortages within public agencies throughout California. The law requires agencies such as the district to publicly report on vacancies, workforce challenges, and efforts being made to recruit and retain employees. The intent is to ensure transparency and accountability while helping agencies evaluate workforce stability and operational impacts. Oh, can you go one back, sorry. There we go. As outlined in the legislation, public employers are now required to hold a public hearing annually to disclose the status of vacant positions and discuss recruitment and retention efforts. The legislation recognizes that prolonged vacancies can impact public service, increase workloads on existing staff, and create operational challenges. For the district, this process provides an opportunity to openly communicate workforce conditions and highlight the proactive steps that staff are taking to maintain service levels and support employees. Next slide. For fiscal year 26, the district has 24 authorized full-time positions. As of calendar year 2025, the district-wide vacancy rate was approximately 8%, while the bargaining unit vacancy rate was approximately 12%. To support recruitment and retention, the district continues to utilize multiple strategies. Open positions are advertised through a variety of online recruitment platforms to expand outreach and attract qualified candidates. Staff is also developing an internship program to help build future workforce opportunities and create pathways into public service careers. Additional retention efforts include team building activities, staff training and professional development opportunities, and ongoing evaluation of compensation competitiveness. A comprehensive compensation study was completed in 2024, and a salary refresh study is currently in progress to ensure the district remains competitive within the labor market. At this time, staff has not identified any significant procedural barriers impacting hiring efforts. However, like many public agencies, the district continues to operate within a competitive labor market. particularly for specialized and technical positions. Staff will continue evaluating recruitment practices and workforce trends to identify opportunities for improvement. There's no fiscal impact associated with tonight's public hearing requirement. However, implementation of AB 2561 does require additional staff coordination, reporting, and human resource tracking efforts to ensure ongoing compliance with the legislation. So staff recommends that the board conduct the required public hearing pursuant to Assembly Bill 2561 and afterward receive and file the report. That concludes my presentation.
Any questions? So no, we'll do that. Thanks, Norma. So item number A2, opening for the public hearing. Is there any public comment, Lisa? Sorry?
Hi. I'm not public comment. I'm with the union, and so I have an opportunity to speak. So good afternoon, directors. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I promise I will keep this short, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to introduce myself and Local 620 to you. My name is Laura Robinson. I'm the executive director with SEIU Local 620. We represent nearly 30 public agencies across the Central Coast, from Carpinteria to Cambria, and even now recently all the way out to San Miguel. We represent the counties, the cities, the courts, and several special districts with a very wide range of classifications, which also includes several water and wastewater operations, Montecito Water, Goleta Water, Santa Barbara's Treatment and Patrol Unit, Laguna Sanitation, and many, many more. Honestly, at this point, I know more about water and wastewater than I ever thought I would want or need to. And I say that with deep respect because this is a niche, highly skilled, highly certified profession with a limited labor pool and no true local training pipeline through the community colleges or universities around. To put the challenges in perspective, in the entire state of California, there are fewer than 4,000 certified treatment operators across all tier levels and fewer than 20,000 certified distribution operators. Whether those numbers sound reasonable or not, when you consider how many water agencies exist just here on the Central Coast, it has become extremely abundantly clear there are simply not enough operators to go around. That's why we see constant movement in this industry locally. These workers are in demand, and at the end of the day, people will choose the agency that offers the strongest compensation package, even if that means commuting 30 to 40 minutes. We've watched this pattern play out over and over, salary survey after salary survey, one employer jumping the next to retain talent. And when an agency consistently lags behind the market, it becomes what we call the training field. The agency where people get their foot in the door, earn their certifications, and then leave as soon as a better opportunity opens up. We recently saw this happen at one of your neighboring agencies that we represent. No matter how many small makeshift inequity adjustments we secured, employees continued to leave for higher compensation elsewhere. So we took a holistic approach. We addressed the entire department, corrected the structural issues, addressed internal inequities, and secured an average of 20% pay increases for those classifications. And it's working. Retention is stabilizing. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not here to criticize the agency or you guys. During negotiations for our initial MOU recently, we made substantial improvements together. Many longstanding issues were corrected, and I appreciate the board's willingness to consider and implement those changes. But at the end of the day, employees will always choose the paycheck that allows them to support their families and hopefully afford to live in one of the highest cost of living regions in the nation. That's why I appreciate the opportunity to review wages more consistently and proactively as recommended, because a revolving door benefits no one. Services can be interrupted, managers and lead operators become exhausted from constantly training new staff, and employees burn out under stress. A stable workforce is the foundation of reliable water services, and stability comes from competitiveness. So my ask is simple today. Let's take a holistic approach here as well. Let's look at the full picture, address the structural issues, and ensure this agency remains competitive enough to retain the skilled operators who keep this district running. I look forward to working with this entire team to make that a reality. Thank you, and since I'm technically not here in public comment, I'm part of the presentation. If you do have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Great.
We're good.
Thanks.
I'm good. Thank you. So item number 3, any other public comment, Lisa? Okay. Then I'm closing the public comment section, and then any comments from Polly or Matt?
I just want to say I think it's a good idea. I hope it doesn't get too regulated and take up too much of our time unnecessarily, but I think it's good to have an open review of where we stand because we are involved in so much of this anyway. So I support it.
Good.
Well, I think, it's always a bidding war, I guess, and you can't win. We can't compete against the bigger agencies that are going to do that. I've seen it time and time again in this and other public service jobs I've had. But the supply side is something that might be interesting to explore as a task force. I thought there was a wastewater program up at Santa Barbara City College whenever the city of Santa Barbara wanted to operate a class. And I thought there was down at Channel Coast District. In fact, one of our own board members in the past taught down there on the D1 or T1 side of things.
Ventura City College.
Was it Ventura City College or
yeah.
Ventura Community College?
Ventura Community College or City College, whichever it was, but it was the City College in Ventura.
Yeah, and so my point being is maybe there's some thing to bring up at the managers meeting among all. Is there a way to start an academy to get the supply of this going? Because I know there's a lot of folks who have the underlying skills. They just need to be oriented to the job.
Yes, Director, that's a great point. I've been monitoring what Cayugas Municipal Water District has been doing, where they actually started an apprenticeship program with the local community colleges. So you get the hands-on training along with the coursework at the same time. And so we've talked about that among management to maybe look to see if there's something we could offer with the local community colleges, Ventura City College. And see if we can get something going, but.
In fact, we just authorized an operator in training position, I believe, in this district, which is intended to help us along with that shortage of operators. But I think it's a long-term work program item that might be worth exploring and establishing.
So right now, there is no training courses at Ventura or Santa Barbara City College?
I don't know that for a fact. But
So historically, Santa Barbara had a very strong water science program. It's now shifted over to Ventura College, and they have a very strong water science program there. If you recall, last spring, the district staff had participated in a few job career fairs at local high schools, one of which was Ventura High School, where we had the opportunity to meet the chair of the water science program, who was very enthusiastic in working with us. So when I mentioned that we're developing an internship program, it's, again, to work with the colleges to see what we can do.
Oh, perfect, thank you. Okay, if there's no more discussion, then can we receive and file this report? We need a motion for that.
Polly makes a motion to receive and file the report.
I'll second that.
We got a motion, a second, any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Director Holcomb?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Aye.
Director Van Wingerden?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2 with Directors O'Connor and Balch absent.
Thank you. Item number 7B, consider amendment to employment agreement with Gregory Stanford for action. Kelly?
Yes, directors, thank you. Gregory Stanford has been with the district for a long time. He's our operations and maintenance manager and has provided a lot of leadership within the organization. He's going to be retiring this summer, so, very soon, I should say. And this is an amendment to his employment agreement, which would transition him into an operations advisor role as of July 4th. And then at that point, he would provide support as needed to the new operations and maintenance manager, which we would be able to appoint starting in July. So it's been, it helps with the transition process and allows us to move someone into that operations and maintenance management role sooner than later, with his effective retirement date being in December.
Okay, can we have a
Polly makes a motion to support the amendment to the employment agreement with Greg Stanford.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? A roll call, please.
Director Holcomb?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Aye.
Director Van Wingerden?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2 with Directors O'Connor and Balch absent.
Item number 7C, consider approving a purchase order with FTI Services Incorporated for information technology services in an amount not to exceed $25,755. For action, Kelly?
Yes, so FTI is our service provider for information technology. So they currently provide support to the district and know our systems. We've been having, where this kind of started was we were having issues with our GIS database reaching max capacity. So then it kind of turned into an overhaul of other things as well, where we realized we have 2 Windows server license that are sunsetting, meaning they won't be supported or be provided security upgrades. So this work involves remedying both of those issues. It involves moving the 2 virtual servers for GIS and for Laserfiche, which is our document storage, over to a new physical server. It's kind of like speaking a different language when I'm talking about IT issues, but we're basically moving them to a different physical server that has higher processing and also adding some hard drives. So that'll provide more storage and should resolve the issues we've been having with our GIS capabilities. So my recommendation is to authorize the purchase order with FTI Services in the amount of $25,755. And if there's any questions, I'm happy to take them.
I support it. Just wondering, so we're moving to a new server, and I get that the other 2 servers have maxed out. Do we have any kind of estimate on how long we'll be able to stay on this server before we're running out of room there too?
I believe we should have a pretty good
Ample
amount of
amount.
time.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because part of this will allow for, we've been wanting to digitize a lot of paper files, and this will provide enough space to do that project, so.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
No questions?
I'm assuming this is on the cloud, so we don't have to worry about maintenance? Or is it on site?
It's a combination, so we have a physical server on site, but also the 2 virtual servers for that are hosted by our physical server. So that's about the extent of my knowledge on it. And we had a more detailed description of the scope of work, but I purposely omitted it because of security reasons. I don't want to give too much information on how our system is configured.
Okay, thank you. Can we have a motion, please?
So Polly makes a motion to approve the purchase order with FTI Services for information technology services in the amount not to exceed $25,755.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? A roll call, please.
Director Holcomb?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Aye.
Director Van Wingerden?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2 with Directors O'Connor and Balch absent.
Then we got item number 7D, consider authorizing a contract with General Pumps Company Incorporated to repair the pump at headquarters well in an amount not to exceed $55,330.62. For action, Kelly?
Yes, so we recently performed an inspection on the pump at our headquarters well. That was done in May, and so the results are included in the board packet. Overall, it's structurally fine and serviceable, but there are some internal components that will need to be replaced. And so this is a proposal to do a rebuild on, let's see, includes replacement of bearings, shafts, and wear components, as well as machining work to restore the clearances and performances of the pump. So this will restore the operational efficiency of the pump, There was some clogging identified in the well because there was also a downhole inspection. However, it looks like we can hold off until the planned refurbishment in FY 2029-2030 fiscal year. So this is really just focusing on a rebuild of the pump. And the quote was for $55,330.62.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve.
Holly seconds.
We got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Roll call, please, Lisa.
Director Holcomb?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Aye.
Director Van Wingerden?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2 with Directors O'Connor and Balch absent.
Item number 7E, consider district election schedule for 2026. For information, Kelly?
Yes, this is just, the calendar is in the packet. Just wanted to bring it to everyone's attention, the upcoming dates for the candidate filing period. We do have 3 of our divisions up for election. It's divisions 1, 3, and 5. So everyone is responsible for submitting their own applications and paperwork. The deadline for the filing period is between July 13th and August 7th. So I just wanted to make everyone aware of that.
Okay, Matt's aware, but you're going to make sure that Casey and Patrick are aware of it, or? All right, thank you.
Yes, we'll reach out to them.
Okay, thanks. So it looks like director reports, item number 8, 8A, Rate and Budget Committee meeting, May 19, 2026. Matt, are you going to do this?
I certainly can. As I recall, we talked about how we are applying cap fees to property taxes, and there's a lot of variability. You know, it's not a perfect homogeneous data bank, is that the way to put it? So there's meters that serve individual houses, that's an easy one. There's, or individual properties. There's meters that serve multiple parcels. There's meters that serve multiple parcels with multiple owners. And I think it was just a review of where to start, with the proviso that if there are some cases that can't be puzzled over, there may be some that get direct billing. An example of that would be public agencies. Caltrans don't have any APNs at all. Everything they own is considered right-of-way. So in those cases, a public agency might receive a direct bill. But there's other examples, and I think that'll be coming forward as they prepare the Prop 218 compliant billing.
Good, thank you. And then we'll move Patrick's presentation to the next meeting. Can we do that? Item number, the COM regular board meeting, May 18, 2026.
Yeah, I think we can, I don't think you need to take any action if there's not going to be any presentation. Just put it on the next meeting.
Continue that item.
Just continue the item, okay.
Yeah, there's no action and no presentation, so.
All right, we'll continue to item number B. Then we got 9, general manager report, 9A, financial report, March.
Yes, water sales to actual for March were 7 acre-feet above budgeted projections. Overall revenue was about 72%, so about 3% below through the budget year. Total revenue is at 77%, and total expenditures are at 67%, so about 8% below budget.
Thank you. Any questions?
It's just those March sales really bounced
Well,
back.
when it doesn't rain, we sell water, right? So, item number 9B, engineering report. Kelly?
Yes, I'll probably take the next 3 together. They're all in the packet. I wasn't planning to go over them in detail, but if there's any questions on them, I'm happy to answer.
No, I'm fine. Paula, you got any questions? Matt, we can just move on, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. That finishes the regular agenda. Then we're gonna go over the closed session agenda. Closed session item number 10A, a public employee pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, titled Labor and Employment Legal Counsel. Then we got 10B, closed session item, conference with labor negotiating pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6, agency designated representative, general manager, unrepresented employee, labor, and employment legal counsel. Then we got item number 10C, closed session item, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation pursuant to paragraph 2 of the subdivision D of Government Code Section 54956.9, one potential case. And then we're gonna go.
On that matter, on section C, I just want to put that this matter relates to the formal protest of capital cost recovery fees and intensification fee for 4745 Carpinteria Avenue mixed-use project pursuant to Government Code Section 66020. Potential plaintiff is 4745 Carpinteria Avenue LLC.
Thank you. Then we're going to close session, right?
Record.
Recording in progress.
We're back in open session. Item number 10A, no reportable action. Item 10B, no reportable action. Item 10C, give direction to council to defend. And then we move on to item 11. Consider dates and items for the agenda for Carpinteria Valley Water District Board meeting of June 10, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Carpinteria City Hall, 5775 Carpinteria Avenue, Carpinteria, California, and we are adjourned.